Halloween.
We do.
There is, however, some people fear Halloween, have a phobia of Halloween.
Oh my!
Could you hazard a guess on the clinical name for the phobia of Halloween?
Oh. Right, it's either going to be some crazy Latin word that I wouldn't have even thought of that means Halloween, but I'm going to say, oh, it's going to be something. It's not Halloweenophobia, is it? Oh,
No, because that'd be great. Because it
no.
is, in fact, I mean, I'm not even sure exactly how you'd pronounce this, but it's along the lines of Samhainophobia.
But genuinely, hand on my heart, when I said Halloweenophobia, I was thinking it's going to be something to do with Sam Hain. But yeah, Samhainophobia. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But I don't know why you'd be scared of it. But no. I take that back. I take that back because phobias are irrational fears. So
I mean,
people are scared of some mundane things.
I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, and I didn't think to write it down. But there is a fear of rainbows.
Oh dear.
I know someone with a deep-seated fear of rainbows, and
I'm going to call it something like
universally adored as the most wonderful, beautiful, prettiest, nice, innocent thing you can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a phobia for some.
Yeah, was it chromatophobia or something like that? Or
it's just some like crazy, like Latin insane thing.
But like I said, that's the thing with phobias, though. They're not necessarily based in reason and rationality kind of thing. A lot of them are irrational. Some of them I think are justified, but then some of them it's like, no, your brain's just thinking too much about that. There's people that are scared of clouds.
Yeah,
I'm saying because of the size of them and looming overhead, and it's like I kind of understand that. I kind of get that to a degree, but at the same time, it's like, well, you're not going to get by in life without just this cloud. Deal with it. It's going to be.
Imagine if you're scared of clouds and you're scared of clowns.
And there's a cloud that looks like a clown.
That looks like a clown.
Oh no.
Or some other, a cloud that looks like a spider, or a cloud that looks like some other regular fear that people have.
Yeah, but then you turn away from looking at the sky, and then there's a clown coming down with clouds on his jumpsuit. He's got a blue and white jumpsuit on, and it's got clouds printed on it.
Nightmare. That's another scene in the ensemble casting we're doing, isn't it? We're going to make that happen. Apparently, so I'm sure you know. Will you be carving a jack-o'-lantern? Is that a thing that you do?
I like to when I can, but I always tend to leave it too late, and then there's no decent pumpkins anymore. But this year I'll actually be out on Halloween, so I probably won't do because I won't actually be in the house kind of thing. So regretfully, I'm not probably going to decorate that much for Halloween.
Does the name Stephen Clark mean anything to you?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But Stephen Clark holds the world record for fastest pumpkin carving.
Okay.
And I don't know how experienced, how quick you think you could do it, but just hazard a guess. What do you think the world record? There are some rules. The pumpkin, it has to weigh less than 24 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it must be a traditional carve, meaning it's got to have eyes, nose, ears, and mouth represented.
And it's got to be hollowed out as well.
I believe so. That's unclear, to be fair, on my research. I thought that very same question. But it says carved in the traditional way.
Well, I would say the traditional way is you've got to hollow it out and you've got to put a candle inside it.
Exactly.
So, what the world record? Let me just. I'm going to guess 90 seconds.
24.3 seconds. I can't even. I tried to see if I could find it on YouTube or something because I can't. comprehend that.
What I was kind of doing, trying to work it out, I was thinking, right, I'll see how long it takes me to think about what you'd have to do. And then
Yeah,
I'll just add a little bit on for that because then you've actually got to do it as well.
you've got
I
to
mean,
do
I've
it.
sort of thought through the steps and I thought, yeah, about a minute and a half. No, he'd have done 3 by the time I've even
He
attempted
smashed
it.
it. It was
Well, I'm not saying I would
the
have done it in 90 seconds, but
the previous, the guy before him was at 52 seconds, 52 and a bit seconds. So he absolutely smashed it. Might be a while
absolutely.
before that's broken.
I mean, I'd be interested to know if it does include hollowing out because just with that kind of time, I'm just thinking maybe it doesn't.
I mean,
Because surely that takes at least half your time to hollow it out. So that's 12 seconds to hollow out a pumpkin. How do you do that?
I, crazy. I
Unless he
mean, I don't know.
just bear claws it and he just,
Yeah,
just
I mean,
does it with his hands rather than knives and anything like that. Just
I've
poking
seen
holes in
people
it.
do some insane things with a Rubik's cube. In a
Don't
matter
get
of
me started on
seconds.
Rubik's Cubes.
Something that, at 40 years on, I'm still trying. So that when I see people do like several at once in a few
I mean,
seconds,
the
so
thing
I'm
that
thinking, I
bugs
don't know,
me,
maybe this guy can carve a pumpkin in a half a minute or less.
yeah,
Maybe.
the thing that bugs just on Rubik's Cubes, the thing that bugs me about that is there's a solution that you can memorize that if you just find a certain position of
A
certain
pattern,
colours
yeah.
in relation, you can basically turn it behind your back, memorize these sequences, and then it will be solved. And I used to work with a lad that could do it. And the first time he said, "Oh, I can solve a Rubik's cube behind my back," and I was like, "Don't be stupid! No, you can't." Like, so I'd never seen anyone do that before.
Yeah.
Well, quite before like, I was on social media and YouTube and all that kind of thing, looking at stuff. But yeah, he did it, and it took him maybe 15, 20 seconds tops.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, and that was doing a Rubik's cube blindfolded, essentially. So, yeah, there's some crazy feats. But I saw sorry, just one more thing on the Rubik's cube. I saw this video the other day. It just made me laugh. How they were talking about exponentially the time it's taken humans to solve the Rubik's cube. Eventually, it will be zero. It'll end up being negative numbers, and that's time travel. It's the Rubik's cube.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is what the flux capacitor is. It's a Rubik's cube that got solved faster than it was made.
So, do you have or do you know any of these like strange Halloween, not traditions? You know the kind of, like the stuff like the
I
Bloody
tell you,
Mary, like the look in a mirror and say something 3 times kind of crap,
one,
but it's always
one,
interesting.
one thing that I will mention, the something that I read the other day. I can't remember all the details of it, but the reason why a jack-o'-lantern is called a jack-o'-lantern is because of a folk tale about a chap that I think he got lost he'd done something and he got ostracised, and I think he was like cursed or something, and he was only given a turnip with a candle in it as a light. So that's where the jack-o'-lantern comes from, because he was called
Yeah,
Jack.
it's an old Irish, folklore. Jack O'Lantern. Jack O'Lantern, he tricked the devil, managed to trick the devil successfully several times.
Mm-hmm.
For this, he was forbidden to enter both heaven and hell.
That was it. Yes.
Condemned to walk the earth, trying to get people to stray from their paths with his lantern.
Yeah.
But also, if you've heard this, I came across this earlier today. I don't know if anyone ever tries this, does this. I've never heard of it. But wearing your clothes inside out and walking backwards on Halloween, and you'll see a witch at midnight.
I remember I think it was even one of my aunties or my uncles or my nan. I remember them saying that when I was a kid. Like they said, "Oh,
it's new to me this."
They said, don't do that." Like they said, "Don't do this." And like, I was thinking, like, why would I? I wouldn't have done it until you said, don't do this. But even then, I was like, I'm not doing that. That's weird. But yeah, I do remember hearing about that when I was little.
Yeah, I mean, I think the inside out clothes is supposed to represent like the world being upside down, topsy turvy, the thing of the veil. I
Well,
guess
that's
all of
it.
that.
It's about it's when the veil's at its thinnest, isn't it? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and walking backwards to change your perspective, so to see
Mhm.
the unseen,
Yeah.
and supposed to see a witch. I don't know if that's. I don't know if it's meant to be a good thing or a bad thing,
I'm
because
going to say more than
not
like,
necessarily, not necessarily bad people. The witches, I know a few. They're lovely.
well, the thing as well, a lot of it's about connecting with your ancestors.
Yeah,
So if you're seeing a witch at midnight, it's probably not a witch. It's probably your great grandmother, or you know what I mean, or your great 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 grandmother, or something like that. It's not a witch.
quite
It's
possibly.
an old ancestor. Who might have been a witch. You know what I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not saying witch is not a derogatory term.
no, not at all. Which of course came from the Old English word wick, WICCE, wicca, meaning wise woman.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well revered people, help you, heal you, and it's all got a bit twisted over the decades, centuries even.
I'll say one thing that will explain why it changed, and that's just Christianity.
Well,
It's
well, they certainly didn't help anything, did they? We've got to be honest about
the,
this.
the pagan religions and traditions and things like that that Christianity wiped out and then adopted to satiate people. It's like it's backwards. When people say, "Oh," there's that meme going on Facebook, and then it's like, "Oh, I don't celebrate pagan holidays, so I'm not interested in Halloween."
Yeah,
And then someone's like, "I can't wait to tell them about Christmas." It's things like that. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, they're not Christian holidays. A lot of these things they are pagan and they're
no,
rooted in a deeper history than most people realize. They just think, oh,
yeah.
it's just a marketing thing. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it was a marketing thing by the Christians to make it less harsh of a transition because we'll keep some of your festivals and
Mhm.
stuff. We just want to rebrand them and rename them a bit.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah,
um, it's. Would you like to play a game?
I'll play a game. I like games.
Um,
What's the rules of the game?
rules of the game of I ask you questions, you give me answers.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
It's I'll give you. I mean, it has to be 13 questions, of course.
Oh, of course, of course.
Um, very simple. Very. I'm sure they're very simple questions. I'm not really trying to catch you out here. It's more of just. It might just give us some talking points. We can go off on one. It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to keep score.
Okay, okay.
But do you know the surname of Sabrina the Teenage Witch? It's
Spellman.
not the Teenage Witch.
Spellman.
It is indeed. Ding 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 ding.
Chicken.
Roald Dahl's The Witches.
Mm,
They turned the kids into what animal?
mice.
Nice, they did indeed. See if anybody's learning from this. It might be
I'm,
laughable to you, but somebody might be like, "Oh, that's not."
I'm worried now because like these two questions, like, oh, I feel quite confident now. I mean, you're going to hit me with some
Yeah,
real
lured into a
cryptic
false sense of
one.
security. Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. Name the hotel from The Shining.
The Overlook.
There you go. Okay. 70s children's book, illustrated children's book about a witch and a cat and their friend the owl.
Megan Mogg.
Hey! Megan Mark. That's some deep cuts, kids.
Oh, yes.
Anybody under 40 probably.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They were lovely. How many witches in Shakespeare's The Scottish play?
3.
3. Indeed, there was. Who plays the Goblin King in Labyrinth?
David Bowie.
David Bowie. Of course he does.
Yes.
And the
Jareth.
Goblin King's name for a bonus point?
Oh, Jareth. There you go.
There you go. Okay. Here's one for you. So, pumpkins. not native to our good old pagans in the UK. So what did we use before we Americanized it?
Turnips.
Turnips, we did indeed. And if you've ever seen a jack-o'-lantern style carved turnip, they are fucking terrifying.
It's just the general complexion of them to start with, isn't it? They're just already sallow and
Yeah.
off, and it's like, yeah, start gouging into it.
Google image it, kids, after this. If you don't want to sleep, if you want to stay up, if you've got something you want to do, if you need to get the ironing done or some shit, and you've been putting it off watching this, Google the turnips.
That's given me an idea that I'll message you about separately.
Okay, how about this one? In which city can werewolves be found reading Chinese menus and drinking pina coladas?
Can I just quickly tell you a joke?
For it.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ah.
Who?
Werewolves of London.
Yes. Woo.
Werewolves of
London. As sung by.
Oh.
For the bonus point.
Oh, I couldn't tell you who sang it.
Warren Zevon.
I want to know.
Okay. Which famous magician famously died on Halloween 1926?
Harry Houdini.
He did indeed. Historical figure. Possibly inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That would be Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler.
Or Vlad.
He's all right, really. Gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
There's those damn Christians.
Vladimir Tepesh for his full name.
Yeah, you go. Those damn Christians again, just fucking everything up.
Yeah, it's just ruining it for everyone. Leave us alone.
Okay. True or false? Victorians used to put bells inside the coffins just in case they woke up.
I'm going to say false on a technicality that they weren't inside the coffins. They were above the grave with a chain attached.
Forgot who I was fucking with for a minute there, didn't I?
Obviously, I could be wrong. They may have put them in the coffin as well, but I do think that they had a.
Right, yeah.
I think that because if you go to some old graves, you will see bells next. Yeah. You see bells next to the graves.
That certainly makes more sense. And this is the Victorians, so any excuse to build a contraption rather than just
absolutely
have a bell.
Some awful-looking iron contraption, probably for something very nice and everyday. But no, it looks like a torture device. That's Victorian. Yeah. But yeah, I'll say that they were in the coffin as well, but I think they were also outside, and we're both right.
Halloween, All Hallows Eve. We all know that. But what's the day after Halloween called?
Oh, I feel like I should know this. Day after Halloween.
A 90s girl band.
90s,
early 2000s? Not really mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a girl band that. I'm going to say, is it All Saints?
That's right. All Saints.
That was an educated guess. I was thinking, like, weirdly, I went to Hepburn. And I was thinking, well, no, because weird trivia. Do you know where they got the name from?
The actress?
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. They were just looking through actresses' names and thought Hepburn, we'll just take their surname.
Why not? Good a reason as any. Band names are notoriously stupid to come up with. Okay, lastly, how's your geography?
World geography, not bad. UK geography, absolutely shocking. Weirdly enough.
Okay, well, the famous Salem trials of the 1690s were in which American state?
Massachusetts.
There you go, they were indeed in Massachusetts.
I would say, weirdly enough, on my bucket list, I will visit Salem, Massachusetts. I would say it's creeping up to being top of the list now because I'm crossing off other things, and I want to go to Salem, Massachusetts. Even if I just travel through it on my way between two connecting flights to come straight back or whatever, I must go to Salem at some point because I can't think of any sort of any other place really that's teaching more history for spooky season and that kind of
I guess
aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sure there are other places as well, but Salem, Massachusetts, to go and see the witch house and be fantastic. But yeah,
wasn't Salem Sabrina's cat?
yes, it was
All right.
indeed.
Okay. And pretty much stole the show, I think, more often than not.